And we get the provinces to pick up their most outstanding wrestling battle at a table with the pairing masters plate. That is the provincial reps to pick up their battles to pick tonight's most outstanding wrestling.
Yeah, but I can still see on where whatever. Oh, awesome. What was this? In Ottawa, the Pan Am's 2020. That was a fantastic shoot. That was all that. That's super cool. Yeah, so that must have been the highest. But yeah, the Continental Championship. There were two tournaments, Pan American Championship, which is different than the Pan American Championship, and then the Pan American. So the wrestlers in each place in the Zone 6 in the world compete for a spot in the world. And then a good number of them. It must have been like the motivation at that. Four Canadians go. Eric Levine, Daniel Lappert, Jordy Spoon, and there wasn't a lot of drama. They could have lost, but they kind of owned their weight classes. But the drama was on the Canadians. That was the
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Yeah, there was 4 points. We gotta wait for the match to be done.
Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. And together, we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation.
selfie for those coaches when they get up.
A reminder for audiences to come pick up your MVP ballots at the head table. The pairing masters at the head table.
I'm leaving out.
Ontario blows.
And we are back. Now we are transitioning over to mat number 2, where we've got the U17 women. We're on our third match on this mat. It's going to be the 57 kilogram match, and that is Nicolista Mantis of Team Impact versus Mackenzie Kayer of WAMA. And that will be Mackenzie in the blue, Mackenzie Kayer in the blue, and Nicolista Mantis in the red.
When you talk about two teams here with two different ways that they've gone about things, Team Impact has been around for decades. When I was a kid, and I won't age myself, but when I was a kid, Team Impact was one of those amazing teams from Ontario, and they had been around for a long time at that point. And then you look at Winnipeg Academy of Mixed Martial Arts, they are a very new club, as it is in their name. They're a mixed martial arts club that has added wrestling to that over the last couple of years. So it's amazing to see how quickly the Winnipeg Academy of Mixed Martial Arts has been able to ascend to the top level.
And we saw them just a couple of weeks ago in Edmonton at the trials, where they did perform very well as well.
This is a steady dose of pressure coming from Mackenzie Kerr. And they're going to call that a slip throw. And so for those at home, the difference between a slip throw and a takedown is, was there a pause in the motion of the thrower? So when the thrower goes to throw, is there any pause between them initiating the throw and hitting the ground? If there's no pause, as there was there, it's a slip throw. If there's a pause, then it will be ruled as a takedown.
Mantis looking to just get around here. She's got the gut wrench on.
In on the single leg is Kerr, and just trying to find any way to stifle this action. And it's going to be no score. And this is a situation where the referees are going to start to put somebody on the clock because they have no choice. And that's why you see that red hand come out. They're ruling that Kerr is the more active of the wrestlers. So it's going to be a 30-second activity period in which red must score. If red does not score in the 30 seconds, then it will be a point against her.
And that's a 4 for blue.
Now, she'd been working on that head and arm early in the match. She was able to get it, secure 4 points. And if she can prevent red from scoring, she would have gotten an additional one. But there's that reversal point coming from Mantis.
Yeah, similar to what we just saw over on mat 1. A 4 trading for a 1.
Well, let's see if Mantis can make that big comeback. Nothing doing on the ground. They're back up standing. Here's the leg
Going for
attack.
the leg, yep. She's gonna get her down. That's 4.
Nice work by Mantis.
Just like that, we've got a 5-4 match right now, but 2 for blue right as the clock expires.
And you look at Mackenzie Kerr, she's like, no, I got the pin. I got to hold it. And no, unfortunately, time had expired on that opening round, but the 2 points does score. So good work from Kerr, getting immediately back to a position in which she can take the lead again.
That's right, Kerr up 6-5 over Mantis here at the break. I think we picked well with the matches that we're showcasing.
Yeah,
here.
we got some
entertaining
exciting
ones.
matches here. You know, take the opportunity, even if you don't get a chance to watch them live, go back and watch the replays of the streams of the other matches on the other mats. There's fantastic matches here. The level of competition at this national championships, despite a 3-year layoff, has been fantastic.
Absolutely. And we're back underway here for the second period. 6-5. Kerr currently leads Mantis.
And Kerr just not stopping at all. She does not take a break. It's just forward action at all times.
But she may have been a little too aggressive. And 2 points go there for Mantis. 2 more for Mantis.
So 2 on the takedown. There was the pause before the head slipped out. So 2 on the takedown, then 2 on the gut wrench.
Oh, and we've got Blue challenging. Blue, though, with the force out.
We're going to see 2 at the end here.
And how far back are we rewinding for the challenge? Currently, it is 9-8. Mantis from Team Impact does lead Mackenzie Kerr from WAMA.
I don't know if this is going to actually work through, because I don't know whether the challenge can go through on the slip throw, which is what it looked like the coach for Kerr was talking about. So it might not be accepted, this challenge, but they're going to have a look. We do have a national champion over on mat 1 as Clara Perry from Hero Wrestling Club, right from Calgary. That's right outside the Tsutina Nation. And she secures a national championship. And that is a wrestler that has been working for 7 years to get to this point. Started wrestling when she was just 7 years old.
Well, and she defeated another Kerr from WAMA at 50 kilograms. And of course, we are watching Mackenzie Kerr here on mat 2, as her corner has currently challenging. Just some of the flurry of action that we kind of saw there.
I think the challenge is on the slip throw, but you're right. There was a lot of action that went on there, so they're just going to double check the scores and make sure that they have the right scores listed. Right now, it is 9-8, the lead for Team Impact's Mantis. She's in the red singlet, just catching her breath, shaking out her hands. I can tell you that by the time you get to the end of the tournament, your arms, that buildup of lactic acid, especially if you're someone who really relies on a gut wrench, which we did see from Mantis, she was able to get that gut wrench, you just really start to get that burn on your arms, so you're just shaking it out. The review process has the officials meeting with the head official, in this case the head official Jerry Badger, talking to Joe Yee. Joe Yee is the mat chair, and they're discussing the action as it is, and Jerry Badger is going to rescore the action as he sees it, and then we will see the result.
While we've got this opportunity, we might as well thank our great sponsors for helping us with this event. Of course, we've got Team Nike and Nike Wrestling. They provide all of the apparel and gear for Wrestling Canada, so make sure to visit wrestling.ca/shop to get your own gear. We've also got the official mouthguard of Wrestling Canada, that's OPRO. You can save 20% by visiting fitness.canadawidesports.com.
Weren't you looking at the HelloFresh website earlier because you were that hungry?
Absolutely, and that's of course our newest partner, HelloFresh, and by using the code WCL100, you can save $100 on your first order. So lots of great partners there, and of course we've got our local partners. We've got Tourism Calgary, we've got the province of Alberta, we've got the Friends of the Canada Cup of Wrestling, our host organizing committee, who have done a great job so far with everything, and 2 more days still to come.
When this is one of the debut events here at the Seven Chiefs Sports Hall, and it's a phenomenal venue. As we look around here, there's room in here for 8 full mats and more. So
That's
it's
fantastic.
an amazing, beautiful location.
We've also, of course, got the Government of Canada. They provide a lot of the funding that helps us run all of the great programs that we do at Wrestling Canada.
So
and we have a verdict.
Yeah, it's an unsuccessful challenge. So it was ruled that the slip throw wasn't a slip throw, and that it was a takedown. So you see the additional point that goes on there. Also, a key moment is that the challenge is now lost. There's no more challenges that can come from the blue corner. So not only do you lose a point, but you lose your opportunity to challenge perhaps later on.
Mantis looking for more.
Good continuity from Kayer. She missed on the head and arm attempt, but immediately went into a single. And equally excellent defense by Mantis as she's just stretching Kayer out, trying to put all of her weight on top.
And the referee calls for a break. 55 seconds to go. It is 10-8 for Nicolista Mantis of Team Impact over Mackenzie Kayer of WAMA. We are in for a finish here.
A little bit less forward pressure coming from Kayer, trying to lock her up. You see again going from wrist to arms, now onto a 2-on-1, just trying to find any way to really secure that throwing that she has obviously showed that she's excellent at.
And 20 seconds to go.
Trying to find any way to score is Kayer, trying to find a way. Now she's got the head up on the leg attack, but look at the pressure from Mantis.
Holding that right leg.
6 seconds.
6 seconds. Well, you know Kayer's got to go for it here.
Down to 5 seconds remaining. Trying to lock her up.
Don't think she's going to have the time. And that's it.
Your final score and your national champion at 57 kilograms from Team Impact Wrestling Club. It's Nicolista Mantis from Team Impact.
Wow, what an
Amazing job.
exciting finish to that one.
Don't forget, we have a couple more matches to go here at the U17 women's division, including 61 and 65 kilograms. And honestly, I'm blown away at the level of wrestling, and I would have thought that there would have been, that the fatigue that you would see it, but these athletes are just going hard the entire time. So it really does show the amount of training that they put in and preparation that they put in just to get to this level.
Well, up next in that 61 kilogram weight class, we have Annika Chartrand from Chihuahua Wrestling Club, and we have Peyton Shields from Lethbridge Amateur Wrestling Club. Peyton will be in the blue, and Annika will be in the red.
We talk about new clubs. We have to talk about the injection of Coach Sean Day Finley into the Lethbridge Amateur Wrestling Association. He has revitalized that amazing center for wrestling. There used to be a lot of wrestlers coming up from Lethbridge. It kind of quieted down a little bit, but since he showed up, just really has set that high performance level. He's obviously a multiple time national champion himself, represented Canada internationally. So when you have an injection of a coach to that caliber who's worked all over this country, it's really going to pay off. And you're seeing it here. The Lethbridge Amateur Wrestling Association really shown well this weekend so far.
And it's great to see, because this sport, so many people give back in so many different ways. And you notice it with a lot of the coaches. You'll recognize a lot of the names. But, even just down to volunteers and officials and other people that help make these tournaments possible. We have a great community. So Shields in the blue, Chartrand in the red.
You see the 2-on-1 position. This is something that Sean Day likes to work off, and he's got a lot of his athletes working with it. But there's a great throw from Chartrand. Caught Shields leaning a little bit.
She is looking for the fall. Very close here. Oh, but a nice bridge there by Shields. Can she hang on? No.
What a great win from Annika Chartrand. She knew going in that that Shields was going to be going for that 2-on-1. She'd been doing it all tournament. She caught her with the front from that head and arm throw. And your national champion representing Chihuahua Wrestling Club in the red, it's Annika Chartrand. Ooh, that's a little elevation over there.
Yeah, Mat 1, just a huge throw.
So we want you to stick around. We got one more match on this feed. It's at 65 kilograms. Don't forget that there are additional feeds. You can watch those after. We didn't get an opportunity on this feed to talk about the social media presence of Wrestling Canada Loot.
Oh, that's right.
You should be following Wrestling Canada Loot on YouTube. That should be your first step. Like this video, that's step number 2. If you like this video, we'll definitely get one more like. Tell us a little bit about our social media presence.
Well, and then after that, of course, you can you can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. At Wrestling Canada is where you're going to find us, and you'll find a lot of the links, the direct links to things like this, like our live stream of national events right on those pages. So we want to make sure that everybody knows all of the most up-to-date information when it comes to wrestling here in Canada.
Well, you get to see those future Olympians. Canada has a history of sending athletes to the Olympics. It's not as easy as it sounds. It's not, you just automatically qualify. Only 3 people out of the Americas, all of the Americas, get to go to the Olympics. And so when you see Canada sending its contingent of Olympians every single time, just goes to show the value of this program here in Canada.
And that's right. It all starts at events like this and events like the wrestling trials, and then you've got to go to the Continentals, and you just see the level of competition at Pan Am Championships, and then you have to go for Worlds, and then that's just sort of the path. It's not just qualify at home and go to the Olympics. It's a long process, and these athletes, they train and they work for many years to get there.
When you go to imagine that as some of these athletes, as you look at the U15s who have probably been wrestling anywhere from, some of them as many as 7 to 10 years, some of them only a couple of years into wrestling, and then you go to the U17s that have probably are in their 7, 8 years of wrestling, and the amount of commitment that goes into just making a national championships, let alone becoming a national champion.
Action heating up on both mats, and they both end with technical superiority finishes seconds apart from each other.
I don't know if are we going to do spoilers? No, you have to watch the feeds. You go watch the Mat 1 feed and the Mat 3 feed later on after you watch this final match here on Mat 2,
yes.
65 kilograms. And I know this is one you were really looking forward to.
Yes, we've got in red Rose Lacoste from Patriots de Saint-César, and she's taking on Paige Veloso from the Rock Wrestling Club. And the reason that I was interested in this one is at number 1, just 2 weeks ago, Paige was named the most outstanding wrestler for the cadets at the Canadian Wrestling Trials in Edmonton, and she will be going next week to Buenos Aires to compete in the Cadet Pan American Championships. So obviously wants to get a good bit of momentum here before taking off for South America.
Yeah, she's been wrestling for a couple of years and then recently moved down to Calgary and now trains with the Rock Wrestling Club and has a real good array of training partners there. And so you can see for her the opportunity to not only cement in her mind, that become a national champion in name, but to really cement that confidence going forward into that national championship. And Rose Lacoste does not care one little bit. She wants to win a national championship, that's for sure.
So Veloso in blue, Lacoste in red.
Waiting for the action to get underway. They try and start the mats all at the same time. It's kind of nice. I like it. Just makes the action, that build up of the action in the crowd.
So here we go at 65 kilograms, the last one for the U17 women tonight. And I guess all week.
Veloso, unlike many 65s, Veloso really likes to work on the outside. So you'll see her not really making contact. It's going to be a lot of hand touching. And then when she does decide to commit, you'll see it's the left hand that goes up and the right hand that controls. And then she likes to work from there.
Shooting in, going for the legs, but Lacoste prevents that. However, she is going to earn a point for the force out.
When you see the judge is throwing up the fleeing the mat, but it is not confirmed. It's best 2 out of 3 for those who are watching at home. The referee and the judge, if they don't agree, it's the mat chair that makes the decision.
Lacoste going now in for the leg.
Stretching is Veloso.
Still just 1-0 for Veloso.
Yeah, and you see that lots of times she's drop stepping and she's trying to create and see what her opponent is going to do. And that time is excellent stuff from Lacoste. A little bit of warning here, going to red. Hands to the face, you can't do that. Hands on the head, it is a contact sport, but they try and keep the hands out of the face as best they can.
.30 seconds to go here in the first period.
And again, this is Veloso's playbook. You see her drop step there. Now she's in on a
got
double
her up.
leg.
There's the score.
Huge,
There's 4.
Huge 4 points. That is feet to back. Basic way that it works is you've got a takedown is 2, exposure is 2. When you combine them together, it's 4 big points.
I think Lacoste doing a great job of limiting this And that's the end of the period.
Yeah,
So
limiting
just
the
the four-
damage.
Yeah, limiting the damage. Just the 4 points there, plus the force out earlier, and it's 5-0 for Veloso at the break. I think that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to Lacoste. So Veloso is constantly drop stepping and seeing what Lacoste does, trying to get her to lean forward to react to something prior to her actually wanting to shoot, so that she can see, okay, when I do this, she does this. When I do this, she does this. And once she gets into that pattern, then she can attack. However, there was multiple times where it was a great attack from Veloso, but Lacoste stuffed it and immediately got on that good leg defense. So good work on her side. And again, 5-0, not too difficult a lead to come back from.
Absolutely not. Lacoste still very much in this match.
Here's the 2-on-1 from Veloso. You would have heard the coach's advice is just stay away from anything that's risky. You want to stay away from those 50-50 positions. So that's why, again, you hear keep her down, keep her on the ground.
And once again, a great defense of the shot into the double legs there.
Lacoste has done an excellent job, and Veloso was excellent 2 weeks ago as she was able to score on that double at will. So the fact that Lacoste is able to stop that.
In the blue corner.
So we do see a call to action here. And here's an attack from Veloso, and she is.
She's going to get it, yep. But she scores, and then the turn off that gut wrench.
9-0, and now this is safe. Going for the half Nelson is safe. There's very little risk in doing a half Nelson, whereas gut wrench is a little more risky.
And she got her. She will win by fall.
And your national champion, representing the Rock Wrestling Club in the blue, Paige Veloso.
Well, that's going to do it for this mat. We're going to move ourselves over to the U17 men's.
And it looks like we are moving the men over to the center mat. So
Well, they are the last ones to go, so I think we're just going to stay right here.
we are on a little bit of a delay though as we wait for the final on mat 1. Currently 8-0. I'm not going to tell you who for. You're going to have to watch the match on the stream.
Meanwhile, we're going to have the 71 kilogram U17 men's final coming up here on mat 2. And it's going to be Ali Dacha of Matman Wrestling Club against Tejveer Dinsa of Guru Gobind Wrestling Club. And Dinsa is another one of those members of Team Canada for the Pan Ams next week.
And he's got a little bit of an edge to him. I like the way that he wrestles. He just has zero cares to give about anything that his opponent does. He carries himself with a real air of confidence. And confidence is a big thing when it comes to wrestling. You really do need to be confident in your ability to win matches. And you look at some of the best athletes in the world, they really didn't start as the best athletes in the world, but they trained and then they finally got that switch of that confidence, and then suddenly they go from, average wrestlers to world beaters, and that makes a big difference, that confidence level.
It also looks like he's going to have a height advantage in this one.
I don't think there's anybody he wrestles that doesn't have a height
He
advantage.
is a tall,
Very tall.
guy. Well, and take us through a little bit about that. This is one of those sports where size doesn't necessarily matter because there's so many different styles.
Wrestling is every body type. You have wrestlers. We had a wrestler at the senior national championships who basically looked like a bowling ball, and he was beating guys who were super tall, super muscular. Every body type can translate to wrestling as long as you wrestle within your body type. If you're long, wrestle long. If you're short, wrestle short. And I know that sounds like common sense, but if you're a long guy like Dinsa, you're trying to keep guys away from you, keep them away, and then be able to reach in and get those single legs at positions where nobody would get that because they don't have the long arms.
Absolutely. Use whatever advantage you can.
All right, looks like we are ready to go here. I'm excited. Get the opportunity to 3 more matches. We get an opportunity to call them. There are worse things that you could do watching wrestling, that's for sure.
Absolutely. It's been a great evening of finals. It's been a great day of competition. And of course, we have more tomorrow. We'll have the U19 men and women in action, and we'll have the U15 men in action as well. So lots to look forward to tomorrow. And of course, we wrap up with Greco-Roman for both men and women of all ages on Sunday. So still lots more wrestling here to come. But now we're underway in our 71 kilogram final. And there's that advantage you were talking about, using that long length to dive in and get that single leg. Can he turn it into points now?
Well, and he does have this ability. Just the one thing that is negative is when you have long arms, you generally have long legs. And you see that Dacha's got a hold of one of them here. But you see now the 2 points comes from the referee. We have not got now we do get the confirmation. So we do have a 2-0 lead right now for Dinsa.
And he's trying to get the turn, but he's going to get the force out.
Look at the pressure that he put on that gut wrench. It was incredible.
Dinsa able to get onto the outside. And that's going to be 2 points for that takedown.
They actually decided there was going to be one, ruled that there was no real control, but the action did go out of bounds. That's a nice pass by Dinsa. Unable to score with it, but just using that top hand. It's when that hand gets onto your neck, you rip it off to the side and then are able to work with it. Here's a 2-on-1 now from Dinsa. Dinsa likes working in the zone because he can do his attacks, and the worst that happens is his opponent steps out. The best that happens is he's able to get a takedown.
He's going to score 2 more points there. He's looking for more. Oh, but here comes Dacha. He's got him up. No. Oh, man.
So no points for the action out of bounds. We do have the challenge block coming in from Neil Ewers. And they are going to discuss some of the action. I wonder if they're going to want on that last 2 points. That would be my guess, is that's what they're going to review. And again, it's Jerry Badger and Joe Yee and doing the protest. If you're watching this and you haven't liked this video yet, you really need to. It's very important. The more that you like the video, the more it's going to spread out to those people in the YouTube algorithms to get to people who perhaps have never seen wrestling in their life, and this will be their first opportunity to watch it. And if that happens to be you randomly clicked on this video, welcome. Yeah, welcome. You get to see some of Canada's best young wrestlers. This is the U17 division, 71 kilograms. It's about 155.2 pounds.
It's very precise.
Yeah.
You've done that conversion a couple of times.
Do you know what it is? Wrestlers, when they're losing weight for tournaments, they know everything. They're going to go 0.1 at a time. So it's just that quick multiply by 2, and add those two together.
And there's your math lesson for today, kids.
The more you know. Still reviewing the action. Now, they don't get the angle that you're getting here at home. They have a challenge. It's an iPad, it's a tablet, and it's right at the judge's position. So they have a look at it from that position to see what is seen. And in this case, it's a great spot because that's exactly where the action took place. That's
absolutely, right in front of where that camera was set up.
former national team member Neil Ewers in the corner of Dacha. In the corner of Dinsa, it's Sonny Dinsa.
Sonny Dinsa, also known as Occam in WWE, as one member of the NXT Tag Team Champions at one point, the Authors of Pain. A little fun fact for everybody at home. And we have a decision.
And yeah, you're going to see right here, there's a yellow card for the coach. He asked for an explanation, but the way that the challenge works is you're asking for them to review the action they did. So it's 2 points, and then the 1 point for the failed challenge. Also, the challenge block for red not available for the rest of the match.
And it's 6-0 for Dinsa. And now he's got him up. Can he turn this?
Yeah, Dacha trying to be a little tricky to elevate the legs of Dinsa, but just swarming.
Dinsa, he's going to get it.
Action going out of bounds. I see one from the judge, and it's going to be
So
one
just
from
one,
the
okay.
on-mat official. No exposure there, no control. And they head into break, 7-0.
Hard to believe that was only one period of action.
Yeah, a lot of action there from Dinsa, or from Tejveer Dinsa. And later on, we're going to see Jag Group Dinsa, and both Dinsas are members of that traveling team, the representing Canada later on. And for them, this is just about securing that momentum.
Absolutely. Similar to what we were talking about with Veloso on this mat before. It's all about building momentum for that international competition.
Good work by Dinsa. Owning the center of the mat. Stepping out is Dacha.
So one more there. That makes it 8. And now Dacha really needs to be careful.
So and it's going to be a caution 1 for the action going out of bounds and stepping out of bounds. So it's going to be 1 more point for Dinsa. And are we going to see yellow for Neil Ewers this time?
The score should read 9.
Should read 9, and we'll get it there. They're just going to confirm that right now.
But I don't think that's going to make the red corner any happier.
No, and they're wondering why it wasn't called on the mat, and it's really ultimately up to the mat chair to make that call on the fleeing, so it can be suggested, but the chair can always override it.
That's going to be the force out right there. That's going to be one that he needs, and it's a 10-0 win for Dinsa.
So your national champion in the blue singlet, representing Guru Gobind Singh Wrestling Club, it's Tejveer Dinsa.
And up next, we've got a all Rustam Wrestling Club matchup. On the blue side, it's going to be Jastej Mundi, and on the blue side, Angad Atwal.
Jastej Mundi was at the trials, and Atwal, as far as I know, was not at the trials. I do remember Mundi. I do not remember Atwal. So Mundi, I believe, placed in the top 5 there. And then we've got Atwal, who's coming in fresh, but a little bit different when you see club mates against each other. It's a little tougher to score, a lot harder because you know each other's tricks, you know each other's tendencies. So this one could be, this is either going to be a barn burner in points or it's going to be a very low scoring affair. It's going to be one or the other, unfortunately. I'm not a predictor, but this is just going on years and years of watching club mates against each other. And they're just making sure that each of the athletes is represented by a coach. And you see the coach for Rustam sitting in the red corner. And, oh, here we go.
And here comes his colleague to sit in the blue corner. And so now we are underway. Atwal in blue, Mundi in red.
There's the double leg from Mundi, and they're going to give 2 points to Atwal. And it's odd because had that action been out of bounds, it might have been the other way. It's very strange sometimes on these calls where one person shoots in on a double and the other one goes to throw. The question that the officials ask themselves is, who is in control of the action? And did blue take it over? Did red take it over? The problem with action when it happens out of bounds is sometimes the benefit of the doubt goes to the wrestler attacking the legs. But in this case, 2-0 for Atwal.
Very close first time around, but it's going to be 1 point for red.
Atwal stepping out of bounds, but they give them a little time to make sure, because if an action starts inbounds but then finishes out of bounds, they still can't score points. So the referee's a little bit patient there.
4 points for red. That was a very unique takedown.
Yeah, nice arm spin there as he was able to come through. Creates the pressure on the shoulder, and it's a little bit slower at the end, not quite as explosive as something like a Gia Sasuri style arm throw, but the arm spin creates that shoulder pressure, forces you to shoulder roll through. And good work by Mundi, scoring 4 there.
Restart the action. But you're absolutely right. It definitely looks like these two know each other quite well.
This front headlock position, they only get a few seconds to work with it, and nice work there by Justej Mundi as he reached through with his arm that was on the chin. He reaches through, he grabs in on that leg. And somebody who did that quite well, representing Canada for a long time, was Heiselin Garcia. Garcia used to do that quite well, but he did a little different as he would put the forward pressure on and then reach.
Mundi did get 4 points for that, so he leads 9-2. 15 seconds to go here in the first. But if he can get a score before the bell. But Atwal's not gonna let it happen, and we go to the break, 9-2.
They're both going into the same corner, getting advice from coaches, and there you go.
Well, the water was in the same corner.
Yeah, you see Atwal heading over. And this is the great thing about wrestling is often the advice in the corner is very universal. It's take a couple deep breaths, okay? What's your plan? What are you going to do? What's the first 10 seconds look like? What's the first 15 seconds look like? Okay, let's go out and do it. A couple more deep breaths and go. Any more than that, and you're going to overwhelm an athlete. So you just want to give them one instruction and make sure that they understand what you want from them. Just a good leg attack from Atwal. And he can tie this up real quick if he gets these laces on.
He's going to score 2.
Abandoned the lace ankles. Thought he had an opportunity to put Justej Mundi on his back. And again, a pinfall ends the match at any time. So even if Atwal was trailing at that point, would have been by 3 if he had got the exposure there. If he gets the fall, he wins the match.
Oh, very nice move there.
Yeah, that spinning double, it's when you get your hands locked up. If you've got enough speed and your footwork's good, you can get on it. And good work from Mundi.
Mundi makes it 13-4. He gets the exposure, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, 2 more on the Olympic lift, and you have a national champion. 15-4, your winner, representing Rustum Wrestling Club, it's Justej Mundi.
So one more match tonight, and that is the U17 men's 92 kilogram final. Jagrup Dinsa from Guru Gobind Wrestling Club and Trent Sweet from Mariposa. So that will be Nice, our main event, the last match of the night.
Everyone loves the heavyweights. 202.4, by the way, if you're wondering at home. If you're one of those people that doesn't convert into kilograms, that's what you're looking at, 202 pounds. The athletes have to weigh underneath that. They do weigh in the day before the event, and so they must weigh in below that threshold of the 92 kilograms. And but whatever they weigh now, it doesn't necessarily matter. Now, at this age group, these athletes not losing all that much weight. You see it more in the older ranges that they end up losing a lot more. So I would guess that both these gentlemen are around the 200 pounds.
So Dinsai in red, Sweet in blue. And Sweet in trouble early. He's bridging to avoid the pinfall. He's able to turn around.
Talk about the swagger. This is Jagrup Dinza to a T. He's going to put a lot of pressure on. He got the double unders. Now working with this overhook.
No points there, but he is up. Dinza is up 4-0.
Yeah, catching through on the leg attack was Dinza. Now he's able to score 2 points. He's in behind. For an athlete to secure a takedown, they must get in behind their opponent, with their opponent not really holding on to anything. However, if the opponent's holding on to an arm or a leg, the referee will be on them. Use it, blue. And if they don't, they still can give the points. It's up to the referee's discretion at that point.
So 6-0 here for Dinza. And less than a minute to go now in the first period. Sweet going for the legs, but nothing happening there. Instead, it's Dinza, and again looking for the pinfall. He's gonna get it with 38 seconds to go. Jagrup Dinza is your winner and national champion at 92 kilograms. Well, you thought it could happen in that match a couple of times, and then it finally did.
Yeah, able to catch him on the double leg, and as Trent Sweet was coming in, it was always Dinza's plan to get the underhook on that right side and be able to throw him over, secure the fall. He did that to several opponents 2 weeks ago. He did that to several opponents today.
Well, that's going to do it for the action today. We do hope you'll join us tomorrow and, of course, on Sunday. Tomorrow's action will begin at 9 o'clock, and as we mentioned before, it is going to be the U19s, men and women, and the U15 men in action tomorrow. So, of course, tune in. Everything will be live streamed, and tomorrow night we'll have the finals for you. Once again, I'm Darren Matt, joined with Jeremy Valentine. Jeremy, thanks so much for being here. Thank you for watching at home, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Even elite athletes need support to reach their goals, to go further than those before, and to leave sport better for those after. Athletes Can represents members of Canada's senior national teams who compete at multi-sport and world championship events. Our mission is to speak with one powerful voice to advocate for an athlete-centered sports system where athlete rights are respected, athlete concerns are heard and acted upon, and where athletes influence key decisions made in Canada's sports system. We develop athlete leaders who influence sport policy and inspire a strong sport culture. We're a safe and inclusive place to share your perspectives and concerns on the issues you care about. And together, we initiate and sustain changes. We were the first organization founded by national team athletes for athletes. We've been global leaders in athlete representation ever since. Join Athletes Can. This is your home.